Hello, today we will recap a horror suspense thriller movie from 2020, A Quiet Place Part II. Spoilers ahead, watch out and enjoy. The movie starts with normal Earth life, before the aliens attack. Everyone was living their life happily. On the first day, Abbott goes into town to get some groceries from the shop. He sees a news report about an explosion going off somewhere nearby. He then meets his family. Evelyn is playing with Beau, while Regan is waiting for him at the bench to watch Marcus at a baseball game. Marcus is preparing for the play, and he seems a little frightened by the ball. Then his mother Evelyn tries to calm him down and signals him to focus on his game. Here we also see Emmett and his son. Emmett is a family friend of Lee and Evelyn, and his son is studying in the same school as their children. In the middle of the game, everyone notices what appears to be a comet falling from the sky. Everyone begins to flee, with Regan joining Lee and Evelyn taking the boys. As Lee approaches an officer to find out what is going on, the monsters begin to attack the town. Lee tries to escape from there, but he is not able to start his car. Lee takes Regan and hides inside the bar, while an alien stroll outside listening and waiting. On the other side, Evelyn is also escaping. Suddenly, an alien comes in front of her car. Back at the bar, phone of a lady starts ringing, and aliens come inside. But Lee and Regan get out, and run back to find Evelyn and the boys. But the alien chased them, and we see the family hiding behind a car. Suddenly, a police officer comes there and tries to save them. But the alien attacks him and finishes him there. Back in the present day, day 474, they killed the aliens who were closing in on their home, and we see this story in part 1 of the same movie. Before they leave, Evelyn gets an oxygen tank for the baby and Regan gets a map and a radio to use against the creatures. Evelyn gets Regan, Marcus, and the baby out of the house. The family proceeds quietly, armed with their weapons. They deviate from their usual path and follow the railway. They come near a house, and Evelyn accidentally sets off a trap that causes some bottles to rattle. Someone spots them through a sniper lens. Evelyn signals everyone to run, and Marcus's leg gets caught in a bear trap, causing him to scream uncontrollably. Although Evelyn tries to quiet him down, the baby starts crying too. A monster approaches them, and Regan grabs the speaker, ready to weaken the monster with a frequency from her hearing aid before Evelyn blasts it in the head. They keep running as another monster approaches, but they are discovered by a sniper named Emmett. Suddenly, more aliens come there, and they all start running from there. As the monster is just behind them, he drags the family into his soundproof bunker, before the monster can get them. Evelyn recognizes Emmett from the past, as his son went to school with Regan and Marcus. However, Emmett's wife and son are no longer alive. He claims that there are other survivors out there, but they are not worth saving. After Evelyn treats Marcus's wound, she talks to Emmett and mentions that Lee is dead. Emmett also apparently knew who was lighting fires every night, but he never thought to go after the Abbotts. When Regan turns on the radio for Marcus, he hears a song. They realize this means someone else is playing it. However, Emmett claims that the song is on repeat, and that it's been picked up since he moved to the hills. In the middle of the night, Regan tells Marcus that she believes the song selection is a code and that if she can find a boat, she can use a map to find where the song is being played. She tells him that she wants to save everyone by playing her device on the radio. Marcus tries to convince her otherwise, but Regan leaves in the morning when everyone is asleep. Evelyn begs Emmett to go look for Regan, explaining that she has already lost one child. Regan travels far enough to cross the railway tracks. After some crows make noises, a monster comes to the train car she is in. Regan makes use of his hearing aid and fires one shot at the monster. However, as she attempts to reload her rifle, it becomes stuck. The monster lunges at her, but Emmett arrives in time to shoot it in the head. He tries to bring Regan back, and he has to enunciate his words because he can't communicate with her in sign language. Regan is still adamant about going through with her plan and tells Emmett to go back to her mother. Meanwhile, after resting, Regan lost her hearing aid. She is devastated, but Emmett came back, giving it back to her. On the other side, Evelyn tries his baby to sleep, but she realizes that the oxygen level is very low. So she decides to go out and find oxygen and essential supplies. Evelyn left the bunker to gather medical supplies, leaving Marcus to care for the baby alone. Evelyn visits Beau's memorial shrine. She is missing her little son, and she is still blaming herself for his death. She then stops by the store to grab medicine, bandages, and 2 oxygen tanks. Marcus emerges from the bunker for a brief moment to inspect Emmett's compound and is startled to discover what appears to be a woman's decomposing corpse. He knocks something over and alerts a nearby monster. Marcus returns to the bunker, but he accidentally locks himself and the baby inside the vault. The oxygen tank is dangerously low, and both Marcus and the baby are struggling to breathe. When Regan and Emmett stop by the marina to get a boat, Emmett notices what appears to be a little girl crying. When he approaches her, she wraps a rope around his neck. Other survivors, led by a sickly man, appear and attempt to capture Regan. They take the hearing aid from her. Regan was forced to accompany the man, and Emmett told her to dive. She does so, and Emmett causes an event that attracts a monster. It attacks the survivors, and Emmett stabs the leader in the leg in order for him to scream and attract the monster. Emmett dives into the water, and when a creature follows him, it drowns. Regan then appears on a boat and grabs Emmett, who reveals that he has kept the hearing aid safe in his mouth. Evelyn returns to the bunker, only to discover that one of the monsters has entered it. She positions one of her oxygen tanks next to some fuel. She then fires a bullet in the air to attract the monster. As the monster rises up, Evelyn shoots the tank, blowing it up and causing the monster to catch fire, but this does not kill the monster. The sprinklers go off, and the falling water allows Evelyn to make her way back down to her boys in time. Evelyn was concerned when she noticed Marcus has passed out from oxygen deprivation, but then he wakes up. Evelyn closes the vault safely this time. Regan and Emmett reach an island where the survivors are singing a song. They come across a man who is a member of the group. He inquires about Emmett's understanding of the message. Emmett, on the other hand, admits it was all Regan. The man explains that once the National Guard realized the monsters couldn't swim, they began sending boats away from the cities, but most people ruined it by screaming and attracting the monsters. Emmett hears a noise coming from the boat in the morning and discovers that a monster has arrived on the island. Emmett tries to warn the islanders, but the monster attacks and kills them. Emmett saves one kid on the island and brings him inside. The man is joined by Regan and Emmett, as he honks his car horn to get the monster away from the people. They are successful in attracting Alien to themselves, and in saving the village. While chasing their car, Alien attacks them. And the leader brings the two to the radio station. He asks Emmett to go back and leave his village. But the monster drags him away and kills him. Regan and Emmett trick the monster into entering the radio station where the song was playing. They hide behind a wall, and the alien tries to hear any sound to unleash its attack. Emmett does what he can to distract the monster, while Regan makes her way into the control room. Evelyn steps out of the vault at the same time and discovers that the monster has made its way into the bunker. She returns to the vault, but the monster attempts to attack Evelyn and the boys inside. Regan presses her processor against a microphone, and she amplifies the feedback, causing the alien to collapse. Marcus hears the noise over the radio, and plays it to weaken the monster. He steps out of the vault and grabs Evelyn's pistol, shooting the monster in the head. While Regan grabs a microphone stand and smashes it into the head of the other monster. The hearing aid remains on the microphone, allowing anyone to switch to the right channel and fight back against these creatures. And the movie ends here. We highly recommend watching this film if you haven't already. And for those who have already seen it, it's time to watch it again. So this was the story of the film A Quiet Place II, released in 2020. If you liked the story, then do watch the full film, and if you want to watch more such amazing recaps, then do subscribe to our channel. See you in the next recap.